So Huawei unveiled the Mate 30 and Mate 30 Pro. So I'm gonna be checking on Notebook Check as well as AnandTech about the specs and such. They are introducing this new chip, his Silicon Kirin 990, which should be close in terms of performance to the Snapdragon 855, even though I don't know the details of. There is 5G version of these two phones. There is even an RS Porsche model that's gonna come with $1,000 or euros extra price tag. But for the regular Mate and Mate Pros, we are looking at, for the regular one, 800 euros, and for the Pro version, 1,100 euros price tags. So these are high-end devices, and especially in terms of camera, I think Mate 30 Pro is going to be the new thing from what I read. They come with, for the regular Mate, 3 camera setup, and the Mate Pro, they will have a 3D sensor, I think, in addition, as well as there are both for the main and telephoto optical image stabilization, which is very important for good recording. And there is another cinema recording mode at 40 megapixel as well. Both of these phones have notches, and it is larger than this teardrop notch. They incorporate proximity sensors, a camera, and I think for the Mate Pro also some sort of depth sensor as well at the front, up to 32 megapixel. There is 24 megapixel for the regular. There is some differentiation, however, between these. So there are some good aspects, there are some bad aspects, and there's an elephant in the room, which is I'm going to now mention these. The good aspect of Mate 30 Pro, it has IP certification, and in terms of battery capacity, it's approximately 4,500 milliampere hours. 40-watt charging for both. In terms of Mate Pro, however, the screen is weird. It is, both of them are OLED, but the Mate Pro screen has a curved design, which is like 88 degrees or something edge curve, which means a good chunk of the side of the phone is actually screen. So this is visually stunning looking, but of course raises the issue of, well, how fragile it is. If you drop it, you better not drop it. The case design, it's going to be probably different. And also the resolution is awkward because they are counting the resolution at the edge of these screens as well. The resolution is 2400 by 1176. And they are getting away, I think, with some physical buttons that now there are some capacitive buttons, or I think we'll see how they feel. In terms of the regular Mate 30, the phone doesn't have those edges, and a standard screen, it is slightly bigger, but it's probably not very noticeable. The Mate 30 Pro is 653 inches, whereas 662 inches for the regular one. And Mate 30 Pro is 2 millimeters or so shorter, 3 millimeters actually narrower, but actually a little bit thicker and 2 grams heavier. Both of them are nearly 200 grams. So there is not a lot of difference in terms of size, but the screen and the feel of the screen and the way you interact with it are actually going to be quite different. One is traditional, the other one is a very daring design, I would say. The other difference is going to be, as I said, the Mate Pro comes with the water resistance IP68, whereas regular one has IP53, so that's a drawback. But the regular Mate 30 has the headphone jack, whereas the Pro version doesn't have the headphone jack. So you are getting a slightly bigger battery, you are getting an extra camera at the front and the back, at least the 3D sensor. Um, you are getting a very striking design with the Mate 30 Pro and another 40 megapixel. There are two different 40 megapixel cameras at the back, whereas for the regular one, it is the second one is 16. But you are losing headphone jack, and you are losing definitely long, well, durability, let me say it that way. If you drop it sideways, I bet that phone screen is going to be easier to crack than the regular Mate 30. And in terms of pricing, yeah, there is like 300 euros difference. And there is also an elephant in the room. They don't come with Google Play services, which means there's not going to be a Google Play Store as well as Google apps right out of the box, such as you won't have Chrome, for example. You know, for many phones, you have these Google apps plus another set of apps that the company installs, such as Samsung. Samsung has its own, I think, browser. It has own emailing service and other Samsung apps and such. So you can choose in between. For this, there is not going to be a Google app, as far as I understand, pre-installed on the phone. So, and instead of a Google Play Store, there's going to be Huawei Store, and instead of GMS, which stands for Google Mobile Services, there's going to be Huawei Mobile Services. And apparently the CEO says that, hey, we have pretty much one-to-one counterpart of a lot of software on our Huawei store, but it's not the same thing. So, and the way I understand, it's not just like you cannot open the Play Store of Google. If you go to a website and see that like download Chrome, it still diverts you to a Play Store to download that Google app, right? So because there is no Google Play Store, I think the way I understand, you won't be immediately able to download and install Chrome on this device. I read that you need to download something like an SDK, some sort of software, and you need to do something with the bootloader, which apparently is unlocked in these phones. So it's not a one-click thing where you can download Google Maps, Google Chrome, or Google search engine and something like that, easily Google Photos to your phone. And that's a big problem, because the one aspect of these smartphones is that, or in general smartphones, is that they are easy to use. You don't need to be tech savvy to start using a software, right? So they are very user friendly. The system is user friendly, experience is user friendly, and you don't need to mess with computer files, phone files, or whatnot in order to get things done. You just install it, the software is installed. You just you want to uninstall it, you just say uninstall, you uninstall the software. It is as simple as that. Whereas the way I understand, if you want to use Google stuff, you have to be doing shenanigans like you would be doing in a desktop computer, and a lot of phone users are not those type of users. I'm pretty sure a tech savvy person is going to say, hey, in 10 minutes I can make the Chrome run in your phone. Yeah, if you know how to do it. It is not going to be user friendly like clicking on a button or two and installing it. That's a major setback. And it is announced in Munich. The event of Huawei was in Munich, but I think it's not immediately released in Germany. It's going to be released in China and only in select European countries, and it will come to other European countries in the near future. So the CEO apparently says that if there was no ban, or if the ban is lifted, that is set by US, that prevents Huawei to make business with American companies, they can, after that ban lifts, immediately make a firmware update and make all those Play Store and other stuff available. But it's completely uncertain at this point, as of September 19, 2019, when and how they are going to get access to those type of services, right? I'm pretty sure this ban is not going to last forever. I'm pretty sure either with the presence of Donald Trump or afterwards, this is going to be reverted. So by 2021, I believe Huawei will not be banned from accessing Google services. But you don't buy a phone right now so that 2 years later you can immediately download. 2 years after waiting, immediately download Google Play Store, right? So you wanna make those things available now. So with all the camera, superiority of the design, aesthetics and such, there is wireless charging, wireless reverse charging, fast charging, good battery life, and etc. It's a full high definition plus screen on both. Do you want to mess with those things? I believe no matter how attractive the device is, and by the way, price isn't cheap. We are still looking at least $800 or euros, and 1100, just a new premium, and plus no Google Play Store. I bet a lot of people are going to be upset about it, and they are going to lose sales in Europe, in the Western, basically, hemisphere of the world. This might not hurt Huawei a lot because their main base is in China, but this means troubling times for Huawei fans who want to use them. You gotta be a really fan in order to jump on a no Google Play Store phone like that. On the other hand, in the long run, maybe there's going to be competition in the phone area of operating system and services and such, and maybe in the long run the customers are going to benefit from it. But from now on, this was an awkward launch, and it's a pity that Huawei cannot offer the capabilities of all the other standard phones right now, because otherwise the phone looks exciting.